Hello, 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 my darlings. Thank you for joining me on A Slice of Life, A Slice of Life. If you're watching me, you know what we're talking about. 900 videos, 900 plus videos. We have been talking about for over a year, super aging, getting older without getting old. And you know what I have for you tonight? An AARP report. I got to show it to you on my phone because what did I try to do? Can you see it? I tried to print this off. I couldn't get it printed off. I don't know why. But it's 7 cancers linked to alcohol consumption. Yes, let me say it again for the people in the back because it's Friday, it's weekend. I don't know about tomorrow though. In Atlanta, we got storms coming. But it's Friday night. You may miss this. When you get back home, you may say, oops. But this is 7 cancers linked to alcohol consumption. And that is from AARP. And why do I want to tell you this? Because, you know, I like Crown Royal. Now, I didn't drink Crown Royal all the time. I didn't start drinking Crown Royal until after breast cancer, after 2 bouts of colon cancer. So I'm a late Crown Royal person. I would just drink wine or I wouldn't drink anything because I didn't like the taste of anything. But Crown Royal, I found it. And so I'm saying to myself, so now that I've had all of what they're saying, that means I can't drink it? I don't know. I'm just saying to you, there are 7 cancers. I'm going to use my phone. 7 cancers linked to alcohol consumption. And this is AARP's report. And I was thinking about we go out, we try to have a good time sometimes. You don't necessarily need to have something to drink. I used to go out all the time and people think I was drinking something. I wouldn't be drinking anything but grapefruit juice or cranberry juice, because I had that energy. I still have that energy, but I just taken a liking to Crown Royal. Anyway, alcohol associated alcohol associated car crashes claim the lives of about 13,500 people annually in the U.S. All right, so they got that. An estimated 20,000 cancer deaths each year are attributed to alcohol consumption. If it's a lie, they said it. Let me say it again. Listen, listen, listen. An estimated 20,000 cancer deaths each year are attributed to alcohol consumption, according to the latest research. All right, so you can get all this on AARP. Look it up. I got my phone right here. There's a direct link between alcohol use and cancer. And they found this in the 1980s. Well, see, there you go. It was late because now if you in my age group by 1980s, you had something to drink. A whole lot of liquor by then. A whole lot, especially if you're in college somewhere. But anyway, or in the services somewhere. There was some liquor drunk somewhere along the way by 1980, if you're in my age group. I'm just saying. Now it says that the direct link between alcohol use and cancer was first established in the late 1980s. Oh yeah, a whole lot of folks was drunk by then. So this is all this. So let me see what they are. Let me see. So in fact, listen to this. In fact, behind tobacco and obesity, alcohol is the third leading preventable cause of cancer. Lord Jesus, it's the third leading preventable. Has it prevented? Don't drink it. Don't drink alcohol. Simple as that. Third leading preventable cause. Yet more than half of Americans don't know that alcohol consumption is linked to higher cancer risk. I bet y'all didn't know that because I didn't know it. Why would we know that? The liquor stores are packed all the time. I haven't seen a liquor store go out of business at all. If you want to make some money in America, get you a liquor store on any corner, anywhere. It's they got generations of people that have worked in the same liquor store. I'm serious. And so, that is a business. You can keep it a business. I mean, you got to drink it. But then I think people say, well, if you sell it, you're contributing to the bad health of somebody. It's a moral issue there. It's a moral issue with having a liquor store. There's an economic upside to it, but there's a moral issue downside to it, but they don't go out of business. And for the very reason that Americans don't know that alcohol consumption is linked to higher cancer risk, according to survey research highlighted in the advisory. The research to date shows alcohol use increases the risk of at least 7 types of cancer. That's amazing. The alcohol. I don't get what we do in America. We put red dye in something and we tell people later after you had years of red dye in your chocolate, oh, we took it out because it causes cancer. All right. You let people smoke from day one. You made it glamorous. All the movie stars held a cigarette. I thought it was glamorous to be standing with a cigarette. I did one puff and it choked me. And then I thought about the money that you put in a cigarette and the money I could be putting in a hamburger and a Coke. And I went with the hamburger and the Coke. Trust me. I just couldn't get that whole glamour thing. So I'm just saying, but look how many years we have pumped cigarettes. Look how many years we have pumped so many bad things that we have given people for greed, for economic reasons, because this is democracy, but it's a capitalist society. So we don't care. Look at the smokestacks. When I grew up in Gary, Indiana, the sky would be red. I thought the sky was always red skies, because at the end of Gary, down on 3rd Street, we're on Lake Michigan, just like Chicago, and the United States Mill was there, and they were doing this whatever they do, the smokestacks, I guess, and so the fact that we were breathing all that didn't have anything to do with the fact that U.S. still needed that port, and a lot of people were able to work and have jobs and raise their kids. We had school system. Our school system was basically a work a system in Gary Nana school system was set up for you to either two things. You went to the mill or you went to college. That was it, because the mill offered, when we were in high school, we had to take a tour. I think every high school, I have to ask somebody else from Gary. Look, my age group, your senior year, your summer year, you went to the mill for a tour. I was on the tour. You had to go to the mill to take a tour. You could see what the good jobs were, where it was smoky and sparks were going everywhere, and people were working, and it was hard labor. It wasn't appealing to me. It definitely wasn't appealing to my parents. But I'm just saying, our system was set up so that our curriculum would lead to such that you would either go there or go to college. And there is a whole study about how curriculums are set up in the schools. You may not know that as a teacher, but curriculums are set up based on the product that you want. And the product that we needed for the working class in the Gary, Indiana, we needed a product that would come out and go and work for the mill. Y'all stay with me now. Jean Agnon did a piece that I taught. I've taught it a couple of times at Clark, Atlanta, about the curriculum and the social ills associated with the curriculum, how the curriculums are set up. But I'm getting off my subject. I get into academia, and I have to remember that I'm over here doing this. But I'm just saying that this is how we had to. This is how our school system was set up, and this is what we did, and this is how we studied, and this is where people went. And how I got over here, I don't know. Let me go back to the research data. So alcohol consumption is what I should be talking about. And this whole alcohol consumption will get you 7 kinds of cancers. And I'm just amazed at all of them. Oh my. Anyway, the first one is breast cancer. So now I think there are a number of studies that talk about breast cancer. It's not just the alcohol that would lead you to breast cancer. I think it's some other entities and some other um, foods and some other uh, calls for action that we do that may turn or help press forward or help as an entity to bring forth breast cancer. But in this case, they're saying that the drinking the alcohol is gonna that's a type of cancer. Now, who knows that? Who knew that? This is an AARP study, and this particular site, a slice of life. We started 45, age 45, 55, 65, 75 plus. And that's why I want to bring it to your attention, because it's Friday night, just got paid. I know you're out getting that drink, but when you come in, I need you to see what that drink may do to you, or what that drink may help cause, or start, or act or precipitate. You just need to be careful with your drinking habits, especially if it's going to cause a breast cancer in women. It has specifically, it says in women. And then another cancer is colorectum. Now I've had one and two, and I didn't drink. That's what is amazing about some of this. I didn't drink it. I didn't drink. But you can get breast cancer in women. You get colon cancer, which I had twice now. And so the third cancer you can have is esophagus. So you got breast cancer number one, colorectum number two, esophagus number three. So you got to think about what you're drinking out there now. All us Crown Royal people, there's some black label scotch that's good. There's some vodka and some different vodkas at different levels, and gin at different levels. Tangeray, oh, just the one I knew back in the day. Um, I don't know. I'm just thinking that maybe if you like all this, you might want to look this up on AARP. So I got it on my phone, but I'm sure um, it's not only on the phone for you to look up, but it might be in the magazine. I didn't get my magazine. The next one is liver cancer. Now we know the liver. We know about the liver. That one I knew because I know some folk that have done a lot of drinking, and so liver cancer is around the corner. That's what they're saying. That doesn't necessarily mean you don't get it. It's just this is just highlighting what could happen. I'm not using this as a fear factor. I'm giving you information for you to think about, because you ultimately work on your own health. Georgianne is not a doctor. I'm here sharing because we're all about super aging, getting older without getting old. But we got to be cognizant of the health issues associated with, one, the aging process, and two, are some of our habits, our culture habits, or how we were raised, the things that we like to do. And so we got to look closer as you age. We trying to get to that getting older without getting old. We got to get to the older part. This is helping us get to the older part. We're going to be all right when we get to the older part, because time, as my mother said, what? Day what? Follows night. I told y'all this a lot. And night what? Follows day. Can't do anything about that. But we can do something about this. This list right here. The next one is the mouth, the oral cavity, cancer of the mouth, all up in here. I know about it all up in here because I had infusion chemo. I want to talk about that tonight. The throat, the pharynx, the pharynx. And seven, the voice box, the larynx. Wow, that's this calls for pause. These seven right here um, uh, might cause for you to pause and think about that drink that you may be drinking right now, because it is Friday night in Atlanta and the weather's been good. So I know some folk out in the street that I know personally with a drink in their hand. But I need you to think about this research data. If you watch me when you get back home, or you watch me Saturday morning, think about this research data, and be mindful. Because guess what it says? The more personal, no, the more a person drinks, the greater the danger. The more a person drinks, the greater the danger. But any alcohol consumption can have an impact. So my little Crown Royal with the one piece of ice, it's saying any. That's A and Y. A and Y can be as minuscule as you want it to be, but it says any. The more a person drinks, the greater the danger. Listen to me now. You got to stay on this path with me. I need you to be doing this with me. This what we on. And so you might wanna think about your alcohol consumption. Just cut it back a little bit. Maybe cut it back to nothing. This brought me all the way back. All my Crown Royal. Mm. Any alcohol consumption can have an impact. Now here it is from the perspective of cancer risk. This is the part that got me. Listen carefully. Let me say it louder for the people in the back. From the perspective of cancer risk, there is no safe amount of alcohol. There is no safe amount of alcohol. There is no safe amount of alcohol. Ooh, 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 ooh. All right, my friends, my alcoholic friends out there, my gotta have a drink friends out there, my gotta have me a little buzz every now and then back out there. I don't really drink, but I need just a little something sometime out there. Like I take mine and sprinkle it over ice cream, like it's still alcohol. We got to think about this. See it for this show to be what I want it to be, the way I want it to be for you. I have to think about not only I have to think about Georgianne, but mostly I have to think about you. And did you know this? Because they already saying in this article that most of us did not know this. It doesn't matter how small the drink it is. These 7 cancers can roll up on you. Since I've been through 3 times, I don't wish it on anybody. I don't want you to have anything. I need you to switch to wine or some water. Well, you know what? This is not funny, but it's apropos. Inasmuch that tariffs are the tariffs are abound and about, then I understand there are some tariffs being placed on alcohol. This might be a time that we can maybe stop drinking it, or maybe a time to pause during the tariff time. Who knows? I'm just saying it seems that I would bring this up at the same time there are tariffs. And I don't bring up anything unless I've already had a message. I didn't have anything to tell you on Friday that I wanted to say. I was just thinking, Lord, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? It's Friday, and I wish I were out somewhere. And I was thinking about all my Georgian things that I wanted to do. I had my own little wish list going, and I picked up my phone. I've never had this on my phone like this, and it was like tons of things that just popped on my phone. And when I saw that, I said, "Okay, Lord, I got it. I got what I'm supposed to do. I got to make sure that we don't get off track, that we are able to say we're super aging. That if day follows night, no, when day follows night, night follows day, that we're gonna be here for all them days, as many days as God allows us to have. And so part of it, we got to work on ourselves also. I mean, you got a checkout point, but it may not be your checkout. I mean, you may have 3 or 4 checkout points. One checkout point if you do this. 2, because you got free will. Another checkout point if you do this. 3, another checkout point if you do this. So let's look at what might be 1, 2, and 3. Let's get this one off the list then. Let's extend. Let's see if there's an extension on there. I know we gotta go, but it might be some days. I don't know. I have to get the theologians on this, but I'm saying to you, if they are saying, they not if, the more a person drinks, the greater the danger, and they didn't come to this to 1980. Now, some of y'all will say, girl, they've been doing that. They didn't tell us to 1980 because the liquor people had to make their money. And see, we got some black folks that started a liquor business. I'm all about that enterprise. I'm all about that business, baby. I am. But I don't want to, I don't want, I just don't want to, I don't want to knock anybody's business, but there's a moral issue to it also. And so people who sell cigarettes are selling, they're making money, but they're killing people. Selling liquor, You're making money, but you're killing people, basically. You know, that's the truth. You can't hide that. I'm not gonna hide it. I'm not gonna dress it up. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is, people. So here we are, got these 7 cancers that's gonna come based on the look at it. Doesn't matter how much. Breast cancer in women, colorectum, esophagus, liver, mouth, oral cavity, throat, pharynx, voice box, larynx. That was rough. And it's Friday, and I don't want to leave us on a down. But you know, sometimes you just got to tell the truth. And that's what I want for you. I want us, you and I, to stay in the safety zone, in the healthy zone, because we got something to do. God has blessed us to be 45, 55, 65, and 75. And it's no mistake that we're here. There's no mistake that you're on the other side of the screen. There's no mistake that this book came out and I saw it on GMA3 over a year ago. There's no mistake that I'm sitting here talking to you. There's no mistake that God sent me that AARP message. If He didn't send it to nobody but me, I know I'm not the only one that need it. Some other folk need it with me, and I'm hoping that you will share it with other people and share this message with other people so they will understand this whole thing. The world is set up. Sometimes I feel like it's not set up for success. Sometimes I just feel like the world is not set up for success. It's just not a given. You have to fight for it. You got to fight every day to get to that next level and get to where you need to be, where you can have a happy place in your life. So I want you to have a happy Friday. I'm not trying to take your Friday down, but I need you to be aware. It's better to be aware than to not know at all. And why is that? Because I love you. I love you very much. And you can't do anything about it.